Press start.
Draw Nicky split shit up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Welcome! Woo!
Sorry, go ahead. Welcome back. Ain't no reason to apologize. We know we've been absent for a while, but you know what?
Trying to bring that energy.
Class ranking session, we here. We got some new stuff for y'all. And of course, if y'all don't know by now, y'all in the gaming pad with Shawn and Cash.
Hey, y'all know what it is. Welcome back. We miss y'all. Hope y'all miss us back.
I'm pretty sure they won't. If they didn't, they won't be here listening, would they?
That's fair.
Well, if y'all already don't know by now, it's your boy Corleone.
The host that does the most.
I try not to do the most, but I try to do, just enough to get by. But, sometimes you got to do a little bit more than you're supposed to, but that's how life is. You got
too much dip.
You got to pick up them bags and get to walking with them.
You got too much dip on your chip.
Hey, sometimes too much dip on your chip is a good thing.
Sometimes. You're absolutely correct.
Really? Like, think about it when you get some nachos. Like, you got to play the nachos, right? Well, it's better when you got, you got the meat, the cheese, you got a little bit of lettuce on there, you get a little tomato cube,
okay.
Got a little guac on there on the side, and you got the little sour cream, on the bottom of the chip. You got all that right there, This might be too much on the chip, but actually it's the perfect amount.
This went left so quickly. This is not what we supposed to do. It's not a cooking channel.
Anyways, don't play with me, boy. I get down in the kitchen, son. You remember the nachos I made the other day, boy? The boys was hitting. I tell you what.
Hey, yo, hit his DM. I tell you one thing though, he's not lying about that. But his DMs, if you want to, it go down in the DMs. It go down. All right. Also, it's me, Cash Senpai. Co-host.
Co-host Cash Senpai. Shout out to you, my brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. How's everybody's day? How was your day?
Oh, man, you know me. Different day, different game to play. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to change the slogan up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm listening.
Different day, new game to play, and a whole bunch of bull to get mad at.
Facts.
That's what it is. But other than that, let's try to wrap up these past 2-3 weeks right quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, what have you been doing during this 2-week hiatus in the gaming world?
I've been trying to continue playing Dead by Daylight and waiting for, this new killer to, hit the console. But as of late, I also have been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm playing that quite heavily.
So you get back into the competitive aspect of it, or is it just for fun still?
For fun right now, but we'll see. It varies. I have my ups and my downs, and right now it's more downs than it's ups.
A lot of toxic teammates.
Yeah, I can name one person right now, but we're not going to get into that. But
at least not at this moment.
Not at this moment, but he does, he does, make the team a lot better. He does bring, that nice energy to the game, which, makes everybody else locked in and focused. So I will give him that. But other than that, yes, toxic, very, very toxic. What about you, my friend?
Actually, I've been trying to expand out, really try to play some different stuff besides just 2K and Apex all the time. I actually started playing this game called Killing Floor 2.
Ooh, what is that about?
It's actually basically like of course, it's a first-person shooter inspired by, Unreal Championship. And actually, this game was developed off of a mod from Unreal Championship.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Someone, made a mod for it called Killing Floor, and it kind of, took off, got a lot of high downloads, and, eventually they ended up producing it into a game by itself. And of course, you got one of the best gaming engines in Unreal, working on it. So,
my goodness, Unreal.
And, now they even came out with a second game that's actually been out for, a couple years now. But I just recently came across it, and it's actually pretty dope. It's definitely better if you're playing with, friends or something like that, or playing online. But I played the first two little missions, like little training mission and stuff. And it's actually the controls. The controls are simple. It kind of reminds me of it literally gives you that Unreal Championship feeling from the slow motion effects when you blow on somebody's head off, or if you're throwing a grenade and you get a big explosion or something. They got the slow motion effects with that. They got the fast, movements that you need for combat. It really brought back flashbacks to Unreal Championship when I played it. So I think I might dive a little bit more into that.
It seems like it, dude. You have a lot of good information about it, dude. And we'd love to hear more.
Like I said, we've been gone for a minute, but we'll come back when with no new info for y'all.
Oh, thanks. Definitely thanks. I mean, I even been playing, a lot more heavily now. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm-hmm.
Been getting my cowboy on. I'm a cowboy. I've been playing that a lot more as well. Playing the naturalist actually, it's actually pretty fun. I don't know if y'all dive into you can get the bounty, or you can get the collector's maps, or items, but also there's so much that they're trying to add in on the sides, and even just now we experienced that they, for right now, fast travel is actually free, so you don't have to spend no money. Yeah, no money at all. No money on going to you in Blackwater. You gotta go to Van Horn. That's like $7. Especially when you're broke like me. In there, it's kind of hard trying to
one thing on Red Dead is you ain't broke. Don't forget about that whole month and a half when you was just collecting everything. You had 3 or 4 of the same objects that was worth about $25 to $50 each.
You gotta let that go, man.
No, I would never let it go. You walked away from, you cleaned out Madame Lazare, bro. You grabbed her by the ankles and you turned her upside down. You looked at everything she had on her person and in that cart. You walked away with $1,300. $1,300. That's a lot of money on Red Dead, especially if you're playing on console. It's one thing if you're playing on PC, because PC can they can add amounts and all that stuff like that. They can do all that stuff, but it's different when you're playing on console. Console's a lot harder.
Was it $1,300 or was it 3,000? Or was it 3,000? I think it was like, I remember. Yeah, it was 3,000. That's what it was. But I started
$3,000. You talking about broke? Whatever. I'm pretty sure you still got that $3,000 left.
I got that stimulus. That's what I got left. No, literally, no, $1,400. I swear, 14. I confirm. I can confirm this with the person that's going to be popping up later. I swear.
Jesus. Oh boy. Anyways. Let's go ahead. Let's talk. Since we're talking about,
we try hard over here
about about updates, about what's been going on with us. Let's go ahead and get into these console updates. Now, a couple of days ago, we had some consoles drop, And of course, once again, the bots win because, from people that I know personally,
God dang it, bots.
shout out Mike T. He had to
Big
go
shout out
through
to
that.
Mike T.
He finally got to, experience, the dilemma of trying to compete with a bot for a system.
Bot wins.
He had a system in his cart 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And every single time when he clicked checkout, it wasn't available anymore. So the bots are still winning with these console updates. And I'm pretty sure today, as you're listening to this right now, there are some more PS5s coming out. So it seems like PS5 have a lot to push out on the market, maybe to get a good jump on sales for this year. But you never know. Maybe Xbox is fine-tuning a few things with their system and stuff like that, and they're just going to release maybe a digital update, to update everybody else's system, after they finally perfect everything. So you never know. It's all in it's all in the cards. It's all working out right now. So when
I
find out an update, please get it. Please try.
I stand corrected. We just got confirmation from Mike T. I have competed with bots before with shoes, and he has beaten the bots. So I stand corrected. I'm sorry, but hey, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, with electronics, it's real different.
Yeah, it is.
Not very different. Them digital line stand-ins for shoes and stuff. I've seen people win those all the time. And I'm not throwing any shade on my team because they beat the bots. And when it comes to get your shoes or something like that, so big kudos to him.
Got them fresh kicks.
When it comes to these systems, they like, nah, this is our world. We know about these systems. We go ahead and take them. We may not know about them shoes, but we definitely know about these systems. So we go take them from you real quick. One to Microsoft, Microsoft and Sony. No Google Stadia because they failing big time right now.
Yeah, they fought pretty hard.
Don't know why they would try to do online game, streaming games and stuff. I understand why, because then of course you have access to a bigger library of games to play, but at the same time, you're streaming the game. You're streaming it, not playing it off your hard drive, not playing it, off a disc. You're streaming it. It's like, that's a little iffy, like, when it comes to connection and, leaving leaving your connection open to a lot of things that can happen. And I really wasn't going to say anything about Google Stadia, really. I mean, they are a gaming console, so it's only right to mention them. But at the same time, y'all can't. Microsoft and Sony is on top. Y'all can't compete with them right now unless y'all getting a deal.
It's certain improvements
to print out, an actual disc. Like, okay, yeah, y'all can play on Google Stadia, but it's gonna play just like on Sony or Microsoft consoles or something. Like, you can't try to go a different route of streaming because then, streaming games. That just sounds kind of iffy to me.
I mean, so the thing with Stadia is that I thought was really cool about it is that I remember me and my friend Corey was talking about like how you can play it on your phone, and I was like, actually, that pretty much wows a lot of things because I can play 2K mobile with an actual controller. Like I can hook up like a Bluetooth it with that and whatnot, and I can just play it on my phone. I mean, one is good, two is not, especially when you're dealing with battery, and if your battery is bad, good GG's. It will cut off on you as soon as you about to pull a green. So I don't know, Stadia. I respect it for what it's supposed to be, but you got to improve it. You have to, and even when we looked at it on our phones. and how much it actually, like, some of the games were, like the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it was like $60 some dollars. And I was like, Odyssey for 60? No, I don't think so. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things they need to tweak on there. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, people might boo me for that, but hey, whatever. Okay, Odyssey, I don't think it was all that. I mean, it was that, but it wasn't all that. I need to pay $60
wasn't all that, right? I mean, still to the day, I know 60. It's a few games out there that's still charging an arm and leg for a game that I can't admit that it's a classic. But I mean, come on now, y'all really want people to experience these? Go ahead. The game has been out for almost 7-8 years now, and y'all still trying to charge. You know, like for example, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. When I looked that game up the other day, even though I still have it, you know, purchased under my profile, and I was able to re-download and everything, when I looked at it, it was still like $40. And I'm like, that's not even including, you know, all the DLC, like DLC, zombie maps and all that stuff like that. So I'm like, that's, you know, it's a great game. It's a cult game. Don't get me wrong, but y'all got to drop the dollars on that. Y'all really do. It's about that time. Y'all done had, you know, what was it? Infinite Warfare. Mm-hmm. You know, y'all done had Black Ops. You know, Cold War. Y'all had, you know, the Warzone. Y'all had all these different Call of Duties come out since then, and y'all can take a little. Y'all not even gonna take a hit if y'all drop the price from $40 to 20 or to even 10.
I'm still mad.
Y'all still gonna get money off the DLC anyway.
Bro, I'm not bashing on them, I swear to you. But I'm mad that they still got this Cold War thing going on. And now we have to pay for zombies, and that kind of bothers me. When we first started out playing, we didn't have to pay for that. And it bothers me. But, you know, over time, like hearing how fun, you know, the word fun, like when I see my friend Zion over here playing, and he just be, yeah, this is fun. I'm getting all these kills. Like, I'm just like, I wish I could play. So, you know,
I'm gonna get you a copy of Cold.
Yeah, put me on. But I mean, it's still debatable. I mean, even for like Call of Duty, you know, Black Ops 2, which was definitely a fan favorite. You know, that one could go for 30. You know what I mean? Just because it's a gem, and that one was a really, you know, that was a favorite. So stuff like that. But even that for 30 is reasonable. 40 for Black Ops 3? Is that the one with the jetpacks, by the way?
No,
that's a slider.
Yeah.
Because 2 was dolphin diving. But this one was sliding. Yeah. I get them mixed up, man. They have so many of them.
I know, but we're trying to stay, you know, original. And that's what happens when you got, you know, different companies working on different games that's supposed to be in the timeline. Because, you know, you got Treyarch, you got Activision. And, you know, I think back then when they was first doing it, I think it was still Activision and Treyarch then too. I think it's a third company though, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
You said Treyarch, Activision. I think it is a third one. I'm gonna look this up. Go ahead.
But yeah, we'll come back to that with that for me. But yeah, you know, it's. I kind of want to get, you know, Cold War and play just, I honestly want to get it just for the zombies, period. Like, that's the only reason why.
I'm a zombie fanatic.
And speaking of zombies, let's talk about,
Infinity War. How dare we?
Oh, Infinity, yes. How dare we? How dare we get about them?
We're called gaming. What are we doing here?
We can have, it's okay to have brain fart sometimes. But at least we bounced back, tackled it quickly, and got down to the gist of it, you know. But yeah. Speaking of zombies and everything, let's jump into the topic of speed runs. Nah, I've been watching, these past couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot of research on different gaming topics and everything, and I came across, a guy that, talked about speed runs every now, for different Call of Duty maps, ranging from, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, of course, but, DE, Their Eyes and Drop, and, Shadows of Evil, Origins, Moon, the Sri, I think it was the Sri Lanka level, and stuff like that. That one had a lot of cool, maps for Easter eggs. Black Ops 4, there was a few maps on there that, that was, capable of being speed run worthy. But at the same time, it was like something that was maybe broken about the map, or maybe doing the Easter eggs just took too long, or something like that, or whatever may be the case. But it's actually a pretty huge deal in the gaming community, especially if you're doing doing either a solo or duos, or you have a whole four.
But I say it's best to do it with four, but if you can, the best way to do it is solo, so you can, just be yourself.
So you can learn, everything that you need to. It's not just, okay, you do this part, you do that part, and I'll do this part. Like, yeah, that's fine if you're trying to just get the record, or you're trying to, put good numbers up, but it's people that have been doing these same levels, constantly, with, putting strategies together. Like, I need to stay in here. This is going to spawn right here. And of course, every time you play, it's going to be different because of that RNG, that random number generator that happens when, okay, if I go to the mystery box on this level and I haven't used it yet, the probability of me getting a special weapon or an Easter egg weapon that I need is going to be higher than if I go to the box every single time when I get a chance to try to get a better weapon.
Right.
Or, something like that of the sort. So, you got to rely on, the random number generator. You got to rely on, spawn locations. Some spawn locations will be, 1 to 2 spots. Or in like some Easter egg runs, like in Shadows of Evil, you could have, anywhere from 4 to 5. And that could all make a difference on, where everything is located, and that could come down to like a sliver of a minute or a second to you breaking this world record for the speed run. Now, they do have certain categories for speed runs, so don't feel like if you did this and you glitched your way through something without knowing that you did a glitch, your run will not apply for that category at that time. But if you go back into the glitch category and do it again, yeah, you could definitely, place a time in that spot. But just know that it's definitely going to be just for that glitch category. So, speed runs. Do you think that they're like just for certain people? Could anybody get into doing the speed run?
Anybody can get into speed runs. It's just how much.
So, if you had to do a speed run, what type of speed run would you do? Would you want to do a clean run, like no glitches at all, no forced restarts or nothing like that? Or would you want to be, one of those players that know how to glitch yourself outside the map and jump halfway across it and finish it to where a map is supposed to be like 15 minutes long, but you finish it in like 30 seconds? Like, which type of speed runner would you want to be?
Like I remember I used to try to do one for speed runs for Call of Duty. I forgot which one it was, but it was after dealing with the what's map was it? Anyway, I tried to do one with Zion actually. He was trying to do the little speed run for I forgot which one it was though, and it's driving me crazy. I don't remember. But we literally did mostly like almost half or to 75% of it, and we just could never get to it because it was just so many on, so many zombies attacking us at one time and stuff. But I mean, literally, it's so much fun to do stuff like that, but not the glitchy. I never understood why people try to, glitch and stuff. I mean, is the game intended? Would the game be a lot more better to do it that way? Yeah, for some people, but other people, Not saying they're pure or anything, but you know,
some people just like the challenge.
Yeah, some people actually just like the challenge.
You know, it ain't always about, you know, being the fastest to do something, especially if you got to cheat your way to do it. I mean, I would want to do a clean run, honestly. Of course, you know, I would sit there like some of these guys do. And, you know, some of these guys, you know, have the time to sit there, you know, day in and day out, doing these runs over and over and over and over and over again to get, you know, pure optimization out of each step that they're trying to do. But also, at the same time, it takes a lot of memorization. And I feel like if I had like a better setup, maybe a PC setup, where I could have like, you know, two screens where I could be playing on one screen and looking at all my, you know, tips and hints on one screen. So I don't have to like, you know, stop and pull out my phone, look up something, or, you know, try to look at a sheet of paper or a spreadsheet where I put notes down. I feel like it would be easier that way. Of course, you know, being organized when it comes to a speed run. Some people just get lucky when they're playing and everything just goes right for them at that time.
Yeah, I mean, some people probably did so much to try to, you know, figure out how to, you know, make this thing happen and make this thing happen. I mean, as soon as they do it, though, they throw it right on YouTube and somebody picks it up and then they go with it. Like, you know what I mean? So,
oh yeah, like, you know, it's really if you're a pure competitive speed runner,
and YouTube is ruining it for people,
like YouTubers, y'all giving people the sauce to, you know, come out and have a better sauce than you, and then you like, dang, they didn't optimize this, they did that. I don't know why I didn't think about this. And then you try to get the same moves, or you try to do the same thing, or maybe even do better than them, and you might not even get to that point. And that's gonna be the bad part. Because you're going to be forgotten, honestly, to say no one remembers the second best speed runner. It's different when it comes to, you know, other sports or other different gaming categories, you know, in esports. You know, people remember who came in second, third, or fourth place at a Call of Duty tournament. People remember the runner-up team at a League of Legends tournament. Nobody ever remembers the second person to have the fastest time in Super Mario World 64 with using those stars. Like, you know, it's you need to do those real specific categories. It's like, you know, okay, yeah, I got this category, but for this game, it's like 100 more categories that you need to master. But it takes so long to master those certain elements. It's like you either get stuck playing on that one game forever, and you literally just try to master and find out every single secret and every little nook and cranny of that game, or you just gonna have to give it up and try a different one. And that's where I don't want to get stuck at, because I like playing too many different games to be focused on just one, you know, trying to be the best at it like that. That's just my opinion on it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. This is different for different people, man. I mean, me, you, and others that we play with, we don't like sticking on one game too much. You know, we like to, you know, expand our horizons.
Most definitely. And speaking of Horizon, let's move on over to this new Apex update that came out recently.
Caustic Town Takeover?
Oh yeah, Caustic Town Takeover. He's taking over the water treatment plant. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for it, but they got this man Caustic in the whole Wild Western getup. You know, with the cowboy hat, the sheriff badge, and everything. So I guess, you know, be ready to find your Caustic players over there. But at the same time, even though he did get a whole new area for his own, he did get nerfed.
No.
The gas canisters. The damage no longer does. You know, the damage no longer upticks every time you get hit with it, or the longer that you're in it. You know, usually it starts from like 2, 4, 6,
yeah,
8,
just continue.
and you know, you'll keep going up
gradually.
2.
Yeah,
but what they changed is they're going to lower the damage rate, but is going to stay the same. It's not going to do. It's not going to be an uptick every time you take a hit from damage. It's going to be yeah, whatever it may be.
Whatever it is too. Yeah.
So so that's
He did that for the Road Company,
and they also that poison pool is OP. Yeah, you're right about that.
I won't say it's OP. I just say for Vi, it's just it's not effective as much as I want it to be. Like when I play as Vi, I expected to not be like 10 or nothing, but like at least 5. You know what I mean? And it just ticks away. Tick, 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 tick. Cause you can I can hear the every time they're getting hit by it, and just like, yeah, it's melting them, and then it's like, oh yeah, I only left him at 98 health, or you know what I mean? I left him at 85, 84.
You got to trap him in that corner with it. You got to trap him with it.
I mean, you've seen the clips, man.
I have seen.
I'm not saying I'm nice. I'm just saying you've seen a couple of clips. That's all. You know what I mean? I put on the show.
I hear you. But, back to this whole Apex bit about them doing this update for Costa's takeover, Costa Town takeover.
Mm-hmm.
There's also been something else going on, a little controversy. You got a little, outcry from the community about it.
Mm-hmm.
But Watson's charged conquistador skin. Notice anything wrong with that name?
Yes.
that big C word, that big C word, that conquistador. Yeah. For those of you who may not know,
lived on you for rock. Go ahead.
Conquistador is a term that ties with the colonization in the Americas. So you can understand how that word could kind of, hit certain people a certain way.
Do you mean offend?
Yes. So basically, a lot of people said, people have said a lot. One of the things I've seen that people say is conquistadors are directly tied to the destruction of empires and cultures via murder, epidemic, slavery, as much as they are tied to the discovery of the New World. They said, we don't need to name Watson's skin Conquistador. We can literally use any other name because of the helmet and uniform got so popular, other countries adopted it. So they have no problem with the skin. It's just the name of it.
Just the name needs to be changed.
So, other countries, and, like they said, other colonies have adapted, that armor style because it was popular. So you really don't have to refer it to the conquistadors, but you can see why they would be, kind of hurtful by it. And I have to agree with the Apex community on this one. And I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's really nothing else you can say about that. I guess. It's a little common mistake, that, slips past. I'm pretty sure nobody wasn't thinking about it like that, and they thought it probably sounded cool. So, it's no harm, no foul. Just change the name, everything will be good.
Just change the name, man. That's all. Just change the name.
And like I said, speaking on Horizon earlier, she's getting a nerf as well.
What is her nerf?
Her the gravity lift.
Mm-hmm. That's annoying. Continue. I love when you get flown in the air out of nowhere. I love
it. Because her gravity lift serves as a platform to skyrocket the squad to great heights. But, she can deploy it at will, in small buildings and, stuff like that, like where she really don't need to throw it at. She might be trapped in the corner, and the only way to get to her is to run up on her, but she throw that thing down. There ain't no way you can get to her. And, when you get thrown up in that, if you're not a Horizon character, it's hard to control yourself getting in there. So think about game time. somebody coming to you, throw that out, and you just launch them out the ring, and they dead. Like they ain't even have to do nothing to win.
So I've seen clips of that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of clips of that too.
Oh, I've seen.
But I spoke about that. I said that the last time in the podcast. I was like, imagine being at the end and then somebody just throwing that out, and you just get tossed out of the ring, and you just don't know where you're going. But you just before you even land, you just there goes the death box.
Right. And they are also thinking about nerfing the black hole ult. But, they're not going to do it, just yet. But just know that it will be coming up soon in a future match. And another character that's getting nerfed, big old Gibby, Gibraltar. The gun shield. Oh, this gun shield from being able to throw launch pads and caustic containers on it to basically being able to use it to go invisible with a glitch. It's finally getting nerfed.
I never even seen those. Not the glitch. I mean, not the invisible. Not the invisible. I've seen the glitch, but not the invisible. Never seen that yet.
Yeah, it's like if you use Gibraltar and you have like a certain skin on, and it was happening for only a couple of days because they jumped on it real quick about it. But it was like a few characters when they used like a special ability or something like that, it will make their character invisible for a good 10 seconds or whenever they started shooting again. So it got real frustrated with a lot of players. I mean, I would be frustrated too if I'm in the middle of a shootout and then they go to reload, and when they done reloading, they just go invisible. Like, okay, what the hell just happened?
Yeah,
I'll be at loss of words, and I'll definitely go lose then. So, but they finally something about his gun shield. I know mine just all twisted. Wait, who? What character he using? How they turn invisible? Bang! Squad eliminated. Okay.
You are the new Apex chick.
Right. So mad. Game over. Everything. You standing there watching the other team shooting in the air like. You just lost to technicality. You just all upset.
Just go ahead and unplug your controller.
I'm telling you.
Throw that in the trash.
But yeah, speaking of throwing the trash, people might start throwing Gibraltar in the trash after a while. Because his gun shield, they're actually going to make it to have bleed-through damage now. So, instead of his gun shield taking just the blunt force of like a whole clip, like a Spitfire, for some odd reason, if you constantly start hitting the shield in one spot, or if you get enough damage, it'll start to bleed through the shield and start hitting his armor and his health instead of constantly just draining the shield all the way down first.
I mean, I think he's the only character that can have two shields in a sense.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, think about it. He throw down that dome shield, and then you try running in there, then he got his gun shield up, running up.
So he has 73.
Like, it's, you basically just surrounded then. And there's nothing that you can do except go back outside that dome and start getting them bullets in your back. But
I'm just glad I never got, the finisher done by him. Yeah, I'm just so happy I didn't get down by Gibraltar and he did that belly flop on me or whatever he calls that.
Oh, that back flop?
Yeah, that senton bomb that he does.
I'm telling you, it shouldn't even be a death box thing. It should be a death folder. Like, you just open the death folder. Like,
stop it.
A death
pizza box.
You ever seen a sheet of paper folded in half? That's what it just gonna look like.
Like some origami.
Like, you think that man had attachments in his death box? Forget about it. Gibraltar crushed all that. You want that magazine clip? There's probably about 2 bullets in it. Go ahead and take it. Just put them all together.
Start talking about Gibraltar burning his eyes, right?
Man, I can't even front. Gibby was the first person I won a game with in Apex. Honestly, in all truth, I have no bad, I like Gibraltar. He's a decent character. Sometimes it's just, you get into these high ranked lobbies. One, you don't run into a lot of them unless they like diehard Gibraltar players.
Yeah, I was about to say it's
that, or you go into a lobby with everybody who's playing as Mirage and Octane and Wraith, and you got to be able to keep up because you ain't got no Pathfinder on your team to put zip lines up to help you, and it's all bad. Everybody ran somewhere out in the open.
I'll tell you one thing: if you're playing Apex, y'all know for sure. Bloodhound is probably one of the most used characters that they have on there. Bloodhound, but it makes sense because you will have the advantage on your opponent, so it definitely makes sense. And I think every time we played, or I played solo or whatever when nobody's there, I always seem to run into a Bloodhound, man. And nothing wrong with that at all because do what's best suits you. But I think I'm not saying I'm pretty sure, but I feel as though he's definitely 2 or 3 that's most used.
I'll tell you who the most used character is right now. And you can disagree with me if you want to. I know you play Apex a little bit more than I have. But
back in the day.
That was back in the day when they only had 8 characters. But I can tell you right now that one of the main people that's probably like number one with getting used right now is probably Wraith or Mirage. There's a lot of Mirage characters out there now. I've seen a huge increase in Mirage characters. Everybody plays as Mirage now, especially since they changed how.
Oh, dang! I just looked it up too, and was that number one is Wraith. It is number one.
I told you, Wraith from Mirage. I'm telling you, Wraith is easy to get out of combat, and you can make them portals to get away from shit. People use Wraith to run away and try to get the
bro. Yeah, man. Look, I haven't played against enough Wraiths to realize some of them are pretty it depends. Some of them definitely wants to get into combat and they want to get a quicker way, or you can get to the ring a lot faster before the actual death ring comes and tries to kill you. So definitely, they are definitely important to most groups or to all groups. So yeah, I see why they have her number one, and then Bloodhound is number 2. I was right. Well, not right, but I was right. But I said least number 2. So yeah. And then Horizon is 3rd, and then Octane is 4th. Why Octane?
Octane runs quick, fast. Anybody who plays the Octane, they play style is reckless. I'm being completely honest. Octane is built for players who want to be reckless and risky. Because what other player that can run right up in the heat of battle, stick themselves with an adrenaline needle that makes their health even lower. But for some odd reason, this man is running back and forth like a crackhead who just took a hit. And he just gone, back and forth, gone, wiping out the whole team.
It makes him harder to hit. And that's why he's so, deadly, especially if somebody that has really good aiming and, just really good in general. The sliding aspect, the jumping aspect, you know what I mean? All that plays a big part. So when you play as Octane and, you ready, set, go, and he's running. You know what I mean? The bullets are going to be flying at you, but you're really just blowing right past the bullets. So it's just unless the people have really good accuracy, if you're dealing with people who doesn't have really good accuracy or good to less, it's over for you. And Lifeline is number 5. My main.
And speaking of your main character, it's been some discussions about, them upgrading or even just doing a whole complete overhaul of her ult, right? Mm-hmm. Because, with the whole thing with the Evo shields now, there's no point in trying to get a supply bin or, a supply drop with a purple shield
that's already in
whole
the
shield, and it, when you already got so many of them out there from other people doing damage, you done killed them and took their shield.
do some
So
damage.
it was like do some major damage, and so with the Evo shields coming in, that kind of makes and then supply drop always have, it might have ammo, but not the type of ammo you need.
Right.
It might have shield cells, it might have med kits, but you might not need those at that point in time. It might have certain attachments, but for guns that you don't have, or that you might not have, you might already have something that's more stronger than that attachment, so there's no point in you grabbing it.
And then also you have a replicator that has different things in there every time. I mean, you play, not that you play, but every hours or so, a couple hours. But
it's a daily rotation.
Daily. So boom, daily, right there. So you have a replicator that does it daily. So it might pop up on there. You never know.
Right. So they thinking about people saying it's time to give her just another alt completely.
Yeah, so that's something that's fair.
So, discussion. What would you want her alt to be? Or what do you think that would be a good alt for her?
For Lifeline. For healing purposes, I feel as though the drone is great for the left bumper, but for the alts, it should be something done with healing. So I think once... You know how Zero from Bleeding Edge has
the best healer in the world in the video game.
He has one up. That one up. I feel as though if the person is down, she should be able to have like a one up perk where she can look at him and throw the alt right at his direction. The drone should dart right over there and pick him right back up.
I see. We on the same wave. When I was thinking kind of like like an instant revive, but not like how with the drone where it kind of takes time for it to get up. But see, it don't just work with just one person. It works for both teammates. Yeah, both teammates down, and you got the other team, chasing after you, and they trying to chase you down. You can instantly just hit the alt and your teammates just hop back up with at least full shield or at least a full health.
Give her that dial-up for Road Company feel where what are you doing? Get up on your back on your feet. Back into the fight.
I didn't tell you to die.
And what bothers me though about Lifeline, and I know y'all know I was about to go with this, why she Korean? No offense, nothing wrong with that at all. But I just want to know everybody else, their character. I don't know. It makes sense, but it just threw me off. I didn't know this until my homie Racc told me about it. So I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a little surprising, especially because the accent is so
it's so
perfect. And
she did a stellar job. A stellar job in convincing me. I was like, yo, she's got to be Jamaican. She's Jamaican
when we win. You hear me?
That's what I heard.
I got you. I got you. I got you. GOTCHU. Got you. Like,
she did an excellent job.
Got the lingo and the wordplay down to a key.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the gaming industry will really surprise you. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
You never know who behind the scenes doing what in certain games. And just real quick, I'm gonna touch on something real quick. Last month we were, talking about, female gamers and stuff like that. We really didn't get a chance to, do a lot of that. So I'm gonna just backtrack a little bit and just talk about 3 names that I feel that everybody should get, a little more acquainted with, because without these people in these positions, who knows, where we will be at in the gaming industry, as of today, especially as, African Americans. Because, back then, video games, honestly, it was just, a lot of, white kids hanging out in arcades during school hours and stuff like that. You know, black kids couldn't do that back in the day. We couldn't go hang out in no arcades or nothing like that. And then even when we started to, it was always a fight there, or there was always something happening where you just couldn't go there and just play the game. There was always some side things or something happening in the back. So for people to step up and do something about games, period. It kind of made things better for African Americans in general in the gaming industry. Excuse me. And one person I want to mention is Keisha Walker. She actually came up with the Black Collegiate Gaming Association. Now, I ain't got nothing but, high praise for this woman.
Definitely.
It was for her to start, a gaming association for, people in college. So, black people don't always have to rely on, having some type of, physical skill in playing sports or, being, well educated in a certain subject where they know that they can, focus on that and, get through college. Most of the time, people in freshman years, they're not out, in a fraternity or in a sorority. 9 times out of 10, they either in the library or they in their room, doing studies or playing video games or something. Right. And, for her to take advantage of that and, put it towards, college and have these kids, build up their resume, in the collegiate level and on the gaming level. She had, people get signed to certain teams, people start running their own gaming industries and stuff like that. So, kudos to her. That's, that's something huge.
Yeah, man, definitely. And what was it called again?
Black Collegiate Gaming Association.
Yeah, make sure is that on like Twitter, social, any of the socials? Or
well, I know that you can find her on LinkedIn. So if you have a LinkedIn profile, that might be a way that you can reach her. I'm pretty sure she has a Facebook as well. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of research or really find out a lot about her, but I'm pretty sure if you contact, the Gaming Association, I'm pretty sure they can tell you everything that you need to know about trying to become a part of that.
Word. We gotta, help as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? We gotta support each other.
Oh yeah, we got to. And another name, J. Ann Lopez, the creator and founder of Black Girl Gamers. These I know y'all probably seen them, making their little rise on Twitter. And of course, this is something else that the gaming community needed. Need to show that it's not just, guys behind the scenes working on these games and stuff. I'm pretty sure some of these deep storylines aren't came up by guys all the time. I'm pretty sure it's mostly women coming up with these storylines, especially ones that get so, deep in the feeling and emotions and stuff like that, that keep you intrigued in the game, actually. So, the fact that, let me get back on topic here, because I know I started to ramble a little bit, but with the Black Girl Gamers, they've been making a name for themselves on Twitter, showing up at these Twitch events, showing that, there's gamers out here, and it's not just males, it's black females at that. So, sometimes, y'all might be playing the game, y'all might come past a gamer tag or a PSN name that might look, it might be a female. 9 times out of 10, it probably is. And I hate to tell you, but it's a 50-50 chance that you might get dropped off as a player.
Yeah.
And if you do, all you need to do is say GG's, say good job, or if you're really that type of person, don't say nothing at all. Because there's no point in attacking, somebody that's playing the game and that's better than you. What's that go do?
I mean, it's just gonna prove that you're salty.
Energy. But yeah. But you ain't gonna, giving them more fuel for their fire to burn. And then, within a couple months, you see them doing something that you've been trying to do for the longest, and you're like, okay, well, damn. Like, do I really suck like that? You start reevaluating everything.
Right.
But it shouldn't take, for it to be that it was a female that made you reevaluate yourself. But, it's just, y'all guys just need to know that it's female gamers out there now. And it's not saying for y'all need to be scared of them, but y'all need to respect them. It's just every other gamer that you come across.
Exactly, 100%. I couldn't put it any better.
That's all I'm saying. And last but not least, I'm going to give a big shout out to Laura Tekla-Marion. Now, I'm not sure if a lot of y'all play a lot of games with your phone, especially games that's, been produced by, Glue Mobile or WB Mobile Games. But, or even some of your favorite EA games. This woman right here has worked with all of them. And right now, she's in product management and animation at Netflix. So a lot of the animation and the good animes that's getting put on Netflix right now,
you're welcome.
Y'all might want to go thank her.
Right?
So make sure y'all look up all these, women. Give a shout out to them.
Please support.
This is what's going to be part of our future, and we need all the help we need, not just as a gaming community, but as an African American community.
Yeah.
To stretch everything out and return the wealth. Support people like ourselves. You don't want to get mad at the next person. They're trying to do the same thing you doing.
But if you're on that same platform, y'all guys are on the same platform as they are, and as far as like you watch Netflix, you play these games or whatever, it for us to support each other, us as Black people, we need to do that, and we and sometimes it's hard. We don't do it often. You know what I mean? We need to do these, just so we stick together, man. We need to stick together. A lot of us, we need to just do better. And with these, I can't say her name. What's her name? Laura? What's her last name? I'm so
Marion.
And you watch Netflix. Like, you know what I mean? You watch it. I don't know. That right there is praise as it is. I watch Netflix all the time. And then I know this. So now, knowing this, I find her on socials and just, show appreciation, man. That's a big step.
Most definitely. So I wish we could go, more in depth about this, but maybe within these next few episodes, we'll start highlighting a little bit more about, what each of these individuals have brought to the gaming industry. Because I feel like these three people have made huge steps in the right direction. And it has to be noticed and acknowledged. That's just my opinion.
That's a lot of hard work and grind and dedication.
Most definitely is. Most definitely is. So once again, big shout out to Keisha Walker,
Big shout out,
and Laura Tekla-Marion. Y'all make sure to look them up if y'all can find them on any of these social media platforms. Like I said, support, follow, interact. Tell them Shawn Cash sent you.
Yeah, get involved.
Got to. And speaking of getting involved, League of Legends, big overhaul coming along with them. 12 champions are being either nerfed or buffed. Mostly nerfed. Just a couple of them getting buffed, but this is definitely going to make a big change for the elite aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cash, would you like to, speak on a little bit about that? Because I know you're a little bit more of a League of Legends head than I am.
I don't know what you talking about, fam. I don't know what you talking about. Man, first of all, if you've never heard of League of Legends, this online battle arena game that is developed and published by Riot Games and inspired by Defense of the agents. Or I might be saying that wrong right now. It's not agents. And it's a custom map for Warcraft 3. So also that, but though that right there, it's been out since 2009. I do know that of League of Legends. It's been out since 2009. It's multiplayer. Like I said, it's over 140. I know that part, but as far as diving in, no, I am not 100%. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, League of Legends, I'm not good at it. I tried once. You know, I didn't get the concept, and that was the problem. I tried even Smite, and I think Smite and that is like not the same, but it has similarities. But yeah, I wasn't even good at Smite, so yeah. Anyway, to these nerfs and buffs, there are 6 people that have gotten nerfed, and there's 6 people who's got the buffs. And from my knowledge, most of them are hacks, regardless if they're nerfs or not. I don't know. I mean, so Tone, I have the little bit of no knowledge of this, but the one that I did send you when we did talk about this, when she was going down the list of what is the nerfs actually like, are these considered as nerfs or buffs? Do the there's a for the buffs, there's 5-point strike. Now that's dealing 70 damage, but it equals to 30 plus 65. Basically, it's magic damage, but it slows the enemy down. 5 seconds, but it's 50%. So you're talking about basically literally limiting a person's momentum. So if he was coming at you, or he's trying to run away, so that's a perfect perk for somebody that's trying to run away from somebody. Like if he's trying to run away because he has low health, yeah, you throw that down, and now he's slowly moving. So now, it's your turn, or not your turn, but your teammate's turn to, jump in and get him. To attack. I mean, there's several more, but as far as what I know, I just know the names, which is Assassin's Mark, Shuriken Flip, and who has that? Jeez, that sounds like that is... that sounds actually pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, but it's all magic based. Yeah, all these are magic damage based, but yeah, they have certain buffs. I really don't know the people's names because, like I said, there's 140 of them. I know the Skyless, they got buffed. Violet Bear Jungle got buffed. Pike. LEBLAFC. I don't know what that means. All these are the names are so difficult for me. Tone, help me out here. I'm struggling.
Let's see. Champion buffs. You was doing the buffs, right?
Yeah, I was doing the buffs.
Akali, Jingzao, LeBlanc, Silas, Pike, and Volibear Jungle. The champions that's getting nerfed are Hekarin, Karthus, Urgot, Lilia, Renekton, and Gnar.
Out of all that, I know Gnar.
Out of all that, I don't know anything. I need to get my info up on League of Legends.
We all need to get info up on that. There's so many people playing that game.
Yeah, but remember, not too long ago, there was, some news coming out from Riot Games saying that there was some sexual allegations that was going on within the company and stuff. So, we might actually see some type of little slowdown with League of Legends. Maybe that's why they're trying to, switch things up, maybe. But, we'll see in the upcoming future of how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, look, this game has been out for a reason. It's been out for 2009 for a reason. It's been out for a very long time. And, I think, what is it? It's really popular overseas, I think. It's popular over that region.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, I know there's English, USA people that play it, but I just know over there it's more popular.
Yeah.
So I need to get into that and actually get some more info. The next time we do this, our podcast, we're gonna give you some not no more stuff, but yeah, no more stuff League of Legends. This was tough.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you just had to been there from the beginning to really, man, understand the true changes of everything. But we're trying to,
expand our horizons,
expand our horizons, and increase our palette on different games. So, one step at a time.
One step, we're getting there.
Oh boy! But let's go ahead and move on to our main portion of the podcast today. We are actually going to be doing some Mortal Kombat talk.
Oh God!
And we have a special guest here today with us to talk about some Mortal Kombat lore.
Who's our special guest?
We actually have our very first guest that we had on our show, Mr. Racc.
Yay, Racc.
Yeah.
What's going on, Racc? You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Good.
Great to have you back.
You better be glad to be back.
I am happy to be back.
Oh,
man, it's a question mark at the end of it.
Everything is a question mark. Yeah, thanks.
That's not good, but we'll work with it.
We're going to talk about the chips at one point.
Hey, I remember that.
Speaking of chips,
And I don't apologize.
that's okay. Let's water under the bridge, but we're all good.
He apologized on camera.
We're actually here to talk about some Mortal Kombat lore today.
Yeah.
But we're gonna slowly but surely get to the lower part of it actually. But let's start off with this Mortal Kombat Red Band trailer. Because if you didn't see the Red Band trailer, you might as well say that you didn't see the Mortal Kombat trailer at all.
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically. It was everywhere.
So,
On Spotify.
what were your guys' initial thoughts when you first saw the trailer without, saying anything about what you may saw or any Easter eggs that you found out later on after that? What was your first initial thoughts of the actual trailer when you saw it?
Right, just that. Yeah, go ahead. You're the special guest. I'm sorry.
Okay. First of all, I forgot it was coming out. So
How dare you?
So when the trailer dropped, I had no idea it dropped. So I got on Facebook one morning and saw a Red Band trailer for Mortal Kombat. What? And I saw it, and I enjoyed it. And then I was surprised. Now I'm hype.
For the sequence of how you
I saw it, and I'm hyped for it. Yes, I'm right.
saw it.
I'm ready.
convinced. I looked it up. There it is. Surprise. Smack me in the face. Out of nowhere. God dang.
But my first initial thoughts when I was watching it for the very first time with fresh eyes was, this looks good. It looks very violent. And I am all for it. And my other thought after watching it was, whoever decided to cast that one guy as Scorpion, perfect casting.
Perfect. I will agree 100%.
Perfect. Yes. Perfect.
Perfect. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm the same boat as Racc when I first heard about it. First of all, I was definitely fanboying over here, talking, no way, no way. Like, just losing my mind. And the fact to see all that fighting and how it looked. And I've been stressing to people, I was like, they make a Mortal Kombat movie in this generation. It would be dope. And then we get this, and it's like,
It was visceral. I love it.
man, I mean, just to see how some of how the action scenes unfold. I mean, if you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life, man?
If you ever seen it now, how?
Look at it, please.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Ever since they've been teasing all these other Mortal Kombat movies, but they never actually, followed through with it. It was actually going to be one movie, Mortal Kombat movie, that was going to be based off of Scorpion's point of view, but it had Michael J. White in it. I guess he was playing Jax.
Yeah,
I've seen the trailer for that one, and it was going to be like kind of like a newer version. It's still the same characters, but they're just presented in a different way. Like Baraka was going to be some Jamaican guy that had blades installed in his arm or something. He wasn't going to be, Takartan, that how he originally supposed to be. So I kind of get why that kind of fell off. Yeah. So, after all that speculation, I was like, okay, this probably going to be some garbage. When I saw that trailer, man.
Were you talking about the Mortal Kombat Legacy by any chance? The 2011?
Yeah, that's a web series.
Yeah, but wasn't he in that one?
I think it was
he was Jackson that, wasn't he? He was Jackson that one.
Was he Jackson that one? Was that it?
I think that was
because I didn't know it was a web series. I honestly thought it was supposed to be like a movie. I thought it was supposed to be some type of actual film. I know it was going to be released in the movies, the movie theaters, box office release.
I know Machinima it was Machinima's YouTube that I'm probably botching that name as well. But also, they did it. It was on their YouTube.
Yeah, it was Mortal Kombat Legacy. I just had to look it up. He was.
Yes.
Okay, that didn't really catch my eye like that.
Rude.
I guess because
to me it was too grounded.
I don't know where they were trying to go with it, to be honest.
Yeah, it was just too grounded. I got what they were going with. I appreciated it, but in the end, it's like this wouldn't really work as a movie. So I'm happy to make a web series of it. But after that, everyone forgot about it.
GG's in the chat.
So when I saw this trailer, I was, instantly like, okay, I gotta get HBO Max. I gotta watch this. Nobody better not bother me. It was the same mindset I had when they came out with the Scorpion's Revenge, animated film.
Oh, dude, that was good.
I haven't saw that.
I was the same way. I was like, don't bother me while I'm watching this. I'm not putting it on pause. I'm watching it straight through.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. I want to catch everything. Leave me alone. So, I'm going to be the same way when this comes out.
I am too.
But the thing that really caught my eye was, of course, off the rip when they showed Jack's arms getting frozen and then blown off like that. I instantly knew, okay, this is the Mortal Kombat I've been waiting on. Because the fact that they would show that in the trailer alone is okay, this is what's going to draw people in and make them keep watching.
What hurt me though about that whole sequence was just because it was the gaming people that also made it NetherRealms. I thought they was gonna go with the Ermac thing, but when they talked about it more in depth, it began to make sense of why they try to why they gave Sub-Zero that kind of leadway. But it was just still it was no. After playing all the games and knowing that Ermac made this man have little drumsticks, what I mean? It changed the game.
Drumsticks. I couldn't.
And call this man on drumsticks.
Don't let me home. Please no.
But
they didn't want drumsticks when he fell down on the ground though. He had his arms like a
yes, he had some but they wasn't drumsticks. Just because the bone was showing. It's I know. I said, but not well done. What is wrong with you?
It was Rachel I was talking about, not you.
Sorry.
Oh my lord!
No, he probably did say well done.
I did. I apologize.
Oh man.
But yeah, so that's why I kind of like had a big feeling about that. But other than that, the whole thing was great. The whole thing was great, regardless.
Oh yeah, the things about the whole Scorpion. Well, I'll say he wasn't Scorpion just yet, but he was Hanzo Hasashi at the point still. So Hasashi, the fight in the garden where he sees his wife.
Man.
That sequence is gonna look great because it doesn't look like they have. This movie looks like it doesn't have like a lot of long. It doesn't look like it have like a lot of cuts in it. It looked like they shot like a lot of long sequences, and that's what's really going to bring like authenticity to the storyline. Unlike you cutting away every 2 seconds to set up something else. Like just put a long wide shot, let them do what they do, and keep it choreographed right with a low cut number. And I feel like it'll be like one of the great fight sequences of all time.
Yeah, I think they're trying to go for more cut on impact type of visceral violence, which I'm all for.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when he threw the kunai knife on the guy's head, cut on impact. So it's gonna be great.
You see how he was swinging that rope though?
He knew what he was doing.
Deadly. And let's dive in a little bit deeper into the trailer and some of the actual things that we know about some of the actors for said characters. Mm-hmm. One thing that the director actually wanted to do was bring some authenticity with each character to the film. So the guy that plays Sub-Zero, Joe Tasman, he actually knows judo. The guy that's playing, Hanzo Hasashi Scorpion, he actually, studies, the art of the samurai.
Yeah, he wasn't playing.
Hapkido and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Cole Young, Louis Tan actually knows Muay Thai and MMA.
Hey, so, real quick, who do you think is Cole Young playing as in this? And this is for everyone, but go ahead, Rachel. Who do you think is Cole Young?
I have no idea whatsoever. He's new to me, so I'm just weak. I need any context because they set him up as the main character, which was okay.
Give me a guess, just a wild guess. What do you think? And I'm gonna tell you what people think who is.
Okay, my wild guess for who he is I don't know. Since they were on a big birthmark, like
what do you think you compare it to?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
Come on, man. You just
I have none. I think they're trying to set him as being like some reincarnation of someone. That he doesn't know who he is. Or like a past life warrior reborn into a new age. Or something. That's what I think.
I can see that.
He dodged the question, but it's all good. Anyway,
how dare you?
What do you think?
Okay. I have 3 answers for this.
Oh, conspiracy theories.
Here we
just
go.
Because
grab the popcorn.
Just because I'm trying dive into the lore of it, going off the context clue what I saw in the trailer. And so the first thing I think is he's like Scorpion. He's going to be like the new Scorpion or take over after this Scorpion dies. Mm-hmm. I say that because in the trailer, the scene where he's staring in the mirror, leaning over in front of the mirror, and he gets that instant flashback or that flash away of Scorpion looking like he's in trouble or in distress or something. And that kind of like shocks him or whatever. So I think he might be Scorpion in a later life or later on in the movie. He might take up that mantle maybe, or something he might be related to him, something like that maybe. So there's that. I've seen and heard that he might be Chameleon because of the fact that, it seems like he doesn't have any powers just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he might just be learning stuff along the way, and maybe he might blend in with that stuff. I mean, he could do that. I mean, the way his body looks in certain, scenes in the trailer, it does look like some type of, rock formation type of body, like he was trying to blend in somewhere maybe or something like that. But it looks like it would be a different type of texture or a different type of look on his skin if that's the case, if he was Chameleon trying to blend in somewhere.
Well, I mean, I agree with your Scorpion, though. I do agree. Like, I mean, the way how, you've seen in the trailer, and if you haven't seen it still, why are you... Look, what are you doing? But when Scorpion, I forgot where place they were, but they were literally talking to each other. I don't know if he's giving him advice at that point. Like, we really don't know. But, it's just as far as him talking to him and him, appearing there with him or talking to him. He's basically involved with Scorpion a lot in the trailer.
Yeah, that's very true. And people think he's going to be some type of ninja just because of the fact that he made a comment during an interview saying, I hope my mask looks cool at the end when I wear it. And, of course, in the Mortal Kombat world, only people that wear masks are the ninja characters. So that kind of like, singles it down and, makes it a little bit more, kind of like you can kind of peg where he's going to be at or who he's going to end up actually being.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there's still like so many, ninjas from the Mortal Kombat realm that haven't been introduced in this film just as yet. Like, Rain, Chameleon, Smoke.
I want to see Smoke, honestly.
I want to see Smoke.
You know who we're going to be.
I knew it was much for me.
What's your third one?
Tremor. I believe he's going to be Tremor. Why? Tremor practices Muay Thai, or he has a Muay Thai fighting style, kind of like how an MMA fighter does, like Cole, who is an MMA fighter.
Makes sense.
The way his body looks during certain scenes, it looks like it's made out of some type of stone material, kind of like how Tremor's body was.
Right.
So is this maybe Tremor in the making because they can take Tremor and kind of mold him to what they want to be because he doesn't have a set storyline or not a very clear storyline in the Mortal Kombat universe, unlike all these other characters that have been through certain storylines over and over and over again or have been in multiple universes. Like, that's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking that because I think Racc and some other people from Chaos Realm are going to show up. There's one scene where Jet looks like he's fighting Racc just based off of how his hair is and how his armor looks.
Well, that's what I thought Racc was going to say because he was like, he has the same kind of symbol as that one dude in Chaos Realm.
Who, Cobra or Havoc?
Yeah. And that's what I thought he was going to say, but he was like, nah.
And they say that, Tremor kind of, dealt with the Black Dragon for a little while. And then, of course, Black Dragon is Kano. And, Kano was kind of, doing some, stuff out there in Chaos Realm, with Havoc and Racc and all them guys, Cobra, because Cobra was a lieutenant in the Black Dragon. So, I mean, it could be something like that. I think they're really going like I think they're trying to take the route that hasn't been taken. And that's why they're going to introduce all these Chaos Realm characters and Black Dragon characters. Because with Sonya and Kano being the hero and the anti-hero right now, in the trailer, they're eventually going to start butting heads at some point in time.
Oh, yeah, of course. What the hell?
That will kind of, bring in the whole aspect of, okay, the Black Dragon is starting up, but we already know about the Black Dragon on Earth Realm. What about the Black Dragon Chaos Ring? That's where I think that where they're going with this, with the characters from Daily Alliance Deception and Daily Alliance Deception, Mortal Kombat 4 characters, stuff like that from that storyline. That's what
part is. This only 1 month away, guys. 1 month away.
Yes.
My bad. I was reading this Den of Geek, right? Den of Geek. And they is an article, and it says one of the popular theories. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
One of the popular theories is that it could be Johnny Cage.
Huh.
Since this movie is mostly heavily inspired by the first game, Johnny Cage's absence in the movie is notable. He's the only guy on the first game roster that the movie seems to be ignoring.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I never thought about Johnny Cage.
But Johnny Cage is so used to.
He is, though.
But like to me though, Cole, like the way his presence, where there's nothing saying that he's flashy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
You don't come up as a Johnny Cage type of character. You don't have no smart ass mouth.
But I won't be surprised.
He comebacks or nothing. He's kind of like more stoic, and he stands back and watches everything as it unfolds type of action. So I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
High.
But they are 100% correct though. Nobody really talked about Johnny Cage. Clearly, he's been quiet, been very quiet. So I don't know. They might pull a rabbit out of the hat. I have no idea. But that is crazy to even speculate that could be Johnny Cage. But I'm just saying the movie doesn't seem to be that way at all.
They could make Johnny Cage make an appearance, like in the background somewhere to set up for Easter eggs. They do try to do a series or a second movie off of it. But I don't think that they're going to try to incorporate him at this time because it's going to take away from the other storylines too much. I feel like the main characters here in this storyline are going to be, of course, Cole Young. I believe Jax is going to have a heavy part in the story because we see him become what Jax is known, in the Mortal Kombat universe. The guy with the robotic arm that can smash your head in one try. So I think, he's the one that really suffers the most out of anybody in this whole movie.
Hey, hold up, though. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but isn't it Goro? Is it in this as well?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. And the first Sub-Zero that we see is Bihan.
Yes. That is Bihan. And
I want to make sure.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Bihan up until when him and Scorpion fight. But they are saying, and Joe Tasman, the guy who plays Sub-Zero, has reacted saying that one of his favorite characters is actually Noob Saibot. So, that's, of course, Ed Boon's favorite character because, of course, that's, his name backwards. And the other guy, Tobias, that's Saibot backwards, basically. So
I didn't know that till now. I am stupid. Wow.
Wow.
Don't you dare laugh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So, the whole black, the whole black smoke image of, Sub-Zero walking through that portal. They saying that could be Sub-Zero, the Bihan version being reborn as Noob Saibot. Or it could be another ninja making an appearance that just happens to look like Sub-Zero. But if you kind of look at the armor, it looks like Sub-Zero armor. Maybe he's just walking through a portal. Or maybe he is actually Noob Saibot at that time. But we will see. We shall see.
I think the biggest part of this whole thing, and Josh Lawson, I really hope he really brings it with the Kano. I feel like they emphasize on him so much in this trailer as far as him, basically just what is it called? when he talks. His what did it freak? I know.
His accent.
No. You know how like when you're acting, you forget that you don't look at the lines and you just
ad-libbing.
Yeah, he's just sitting there doing that the entire time.
Yeah.
Isn't he Australian? Like actually Australian?
Yeah, he's actually Australian. Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
So that adds to the the whole Kano aspect with the the accent and everything. And
But you know how much studying you had to do for Kano though, just to do the ad-libbing though, like you know what I mean, like just thinking off the top of your head. What Kano say?
Character.
Yeah,
that's just gonna make the character though.
Oh, you know that's why I'm just like it's like
the trailer when he said oh look at that. Really, like that was gold. I was like, yo, that was nice,
dude. Like Kano is like a rogue, but I mean obviously a rogue guy, but like charming at the same time. Like, yeah, oddly. Charm. Yeah, oddly.
Saying. So let's see.
Wish I had the Oso on your back too. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. In a way.
Anyways.
Oh, also we didn't get to see Melina too.
Yeah.
Right, Melina. That's right.
Yeah, I'm still in the fix.
And
Stringer?
We have she's an African American woman playing Melina.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
That's why I brought that up.
How dare you?
But will it work if Katana was like someone who was like a mixed descent?
Maybe.
And it kind of throws it off. Kind of you work off with the half sister type of deal.
In a way.
Where you at?
I don't know. It like I don't know. I don't even want to get into it
Speaking
now.
about Melina, there's a lot of controversy about
I don't even
it.
want to get into it.
When she was revealed in the trailer, people were complaining that where's Melina's teeth and her tongue? People were like complaining about it. Ed Boon responded with it saying, "There's more to her we haven't shown." So, depending on that response he gave, we're probably going to see multiple Melinas because the one in the trailer I think actually shows getting killed. So,
Makes sense.
which would be interesting. Which means I don't know. There's so much.
So are they going to do like what they're going to do the Shao Kahn thing where he Shang Tsung, he takes a Shang Tsung does a little
Weird magic, maybe.
yeah.
Speaking of which, is Shao Kahn in it because the statue's there?
He might make an appearance, but if they go on based off how they did the original Mortal Kombat, he might show up at the end after the tournament is over with. Kind of like that. But if they're showing his statue, he might actually be in the movie some type of way. I believe he will.
I mean, Gore was there. You gotta have Shao Kahn.
Dude, it wouldn't even make sense.
Exactly.
That's like not having Raiden in Mortal Kombat. Like what?
It's like what? That's gonna work. Yeah. I'm still not sure about this Raiden either. He doesn't seem weird.
I don't think they're taking the traditional route with Raiden either. I really think they're gonna have. You gotta think about it. The last two Raidens that we've seen in the movie was either constantly just popping up in weird places like a creep, or he was constantly getting sent through a wall, or
Yo, he's lying about the creep part though.
First of all, the guy in the first one, his voice was, just, and he was talking like that.
It was off.
I can't hear what you're saying. Will you speak up, please? Take a pause or something. Clear your throat so I can hear what you're saying.
But yeah, the second one make him a little.
I mean, you should take a pause.
The second one, he spoke up and you could hear him, but then they made him immortal. And even before they made him immortal, he was still getting kicked and sent through walls and stuff. Like they made him look so weak.
Yeah, but
so I think that they're not taking that aspect of it this time, where he will actually be in battle. I really think he'll be like really standing back. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the second movie. We don't talk about the second movie. No one talks about the second movie.
Unless you're talking bad about it. That's the only way you can talk about the second movie.
Look, y'all talking about that. I have the rankings right now.
Oh my God. He's ready.
You feel me? I came prepared. I have rankings. 7 through 1. The 7 is the worst. First one that you have, number 7, is Mortal Kombat Annihilation, 1997. That's number 7.
I regret nothing in that statement.
Number 6, Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins, 1995.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was the animated version. It wasn't the greatest.
It was.
Number 5, Mortal Kombat Conquest, 1998.
That's fair.
And that one actually was live action. But it only lasted for 1 season.
That makes sense.
Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, 1996, coming in at number 4.
The 90s was filled with Mortal Kombat. Wow.
Yeah, dude, like they really was passionate about this game, man.
They wanted that money.
It was good money. Well spent anyway. I know they done went to the bank. Number 3, Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, like I said, it wasn't bad.
It just wasn't good.
Look, relax. Right. Number 2, Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge, 2020. And then the original Mortal Kombat, 1995, which is number 1.
It was a good
I
movie.
completely agree with that.
I completely agree with it too.
Yeah. Might actually want you after this.
I hate to say it, but they rushed Mortal Kombat 2.
Marcus
so
Stewart
fast.
did the article. I'm sorry. On it.
They rushed it so fast that y'all just threw in all these characters from, Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate and didn't do anything to, kind of introduce them or, like let us know.
How many characters?
Part of it. Mortal Kombat Ultimate has like over 40 characters in it, I believe.
So that was like the Armageddon in the video game sense.
Basically, in a way. Yeah, you can say that. But I'm not sure who they weren't fighting to get to Blaze, but that's another.
That was a hack, by the way. That was.
That's a different storyline, a different Mortal Kombat.
I had to hit that retry button so many times. All right, yeah, you're right.
But yeah. But I honestly think that if Mortal Kombat Annihilation could have been half as good if they didn't.
If they tried.
First of all, if they actually tried, and if they made certain fight sequences go a certain way, like the fight with Jackson Cyrax, that actually could have been a dope fight. But I feel like y'all kind of rushed through it and did like all this little cheesy stuff, and then by the end of the fight, Cyrax self-destructs, and then you see Jackson and Sonya in front of a green screen that you can clearly tell it's a green screen, and it's just an explosion. You don't see no building getting blown up. You don't see where they at. They just somewhere getting flipping in the air. Like, it's just terrible. Terrible film. Terrible. Oh, God. Okay. I'm done ranting about Mortal Kombat.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
You're passionate about your hatred for it.
I mean, look. Did y'all know Reptile was in there?
I try not to think about that. Stop talking
I really think.
My blood pressure's going up.
I get excited.
I'm glad you said something about Reptile.
Here we go. See what you did, Cash.
See,
Sorry.
the whole thing with Reptile, I'm not sure that's how he's going to look in the end. I feel like they're going to do a Sonic Hedgehog move where they're doing like a test with the audience for the trailer. Because remember, Sonic the Hedgehog, they released their trailer like a month before it was actually
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And that first Sonic they had, where it was the kid and the CGI looked weird as hell. Like, it did not look right at all. But you see, real quick, they changed it and just CGI'd it to where it looked like how Sonic was supposed to look, how we were going to imagine, how we imagined he was going to look.
Yeah, but
So I think that they're doing that. They might actually, because they show him a part of him dropping down off like a ledge or something above Cole and Sonya, and you can kind of see, you know, the little camouflage coming out, and you see him stepping down. So I feel like he'll be reptilian in some type of way, but he's not gonna be looking all big and clunky like in the Barney outfit how they had for the trailer.
Well, what they're trying to do, and that's what I'm reading here, is that they're trying that he's a two-legged lizard creature from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
Okay, so I was right. They are going to the Deadly Alliance deception storyline. Okay. So
I ain't giving you no more. That's it.
Okay, so
I'm excited.
Everybody else got the fun.
But okay, he might still look like reptilian, but he's not gonna look big and clunky like how he was in the trailer. That shit in the trailer looked like you could tell it looked like it was fake or it wasn't like CGI or something. Like I would want them to CGI reptile, honestly, just because it would put that much into the movie. Or if y'all really gonna do it up with the prosthetics and stuff like that and the makeup. Y'all need to have the best makeup artist y'all can find and make this man look completely different.
That depends. How much was the budget for this movie?
I don't know.
Because depending on the budget, would determine why they didn't do full CGI. Because that's getting expensive now.
20 million.
Yeah, they can't do full CGI.
No, they couldn't.
No, that's the one for 95.
Oh.
That was the one for 95, tough.
The budget for the 2021 trailer is...
That actually was kind of low. That was actually kind of low.
Yeah, 40 to 50 million is their budget. But Simon McCoy, I'm pretty sure everybody done donated something or put something up towards it to make it the best that they can.
That's fair. As long as they're trying and then willing to admit they're trying, that's fine by me.
Think about it. Think about this, though. The original Mortal Kombat movie?
That was 20 million. That's actually tough.
They spent 18 million, but guess how much they made off of that?
They made dumb money.
They made over $120 million, I believe, off of that.
Wow.
They made dumb money off that.
Yeah, the first one wasn't
$122 million worldwide.
Wait. Was the 18 million the production cost, or was it included in the merchandising and advertisement?
Because no, that's the budget cost. $18 million budget.
What about advertisements?
I'm pretty sure that might have been included. Maybe because it wasn't a lot of only CGI or digital imaging they used in the original Mortal Kombat movie was just when they made them portals pop up. The Shao Kahn at the end, and whenever they made, Reptile look like he was walking around and hopping around, following people.
Jump around.
It was basically, pyrotechnics and people were doing stunts. So,
But the first one, when I think about the first one, for some other reason, my hand gets itchy because I have a scorpion. That little thing came out of his hand. Ugh.
Yeah.
My hand gets itchy thinking about that movie now.
Dude, but how they did that was so awesome though still.
Yeah.
To even have that in there. Yeah, dude.
I mean, he's undead, so.
Get over it. He don't even feel nothing. just be chilling.
He's sad inside.
Just be chilling, you know what I mean?
Right.
Post it.
You know what I mean? Just be cooling.
And then, it's a lot of callbacks to the original movie as well.
Right.
With Sub-Zero freezing, Sonya's pistol to him freezing Jax's gun this time.
Like they stared at it.
Little stuff like that. Yeah. They both stared at it in amazement instead of just pulling.
They all just looking at it just like, oh, that's cool. You're like, yeah, I know, right?
Really looking forward towards this Mortal Kombat movie. I can say as a fan, I have lots of high hopes for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, who doesn't?
I can't wait.
But one thing, let's talk about MLB real quick, and then we need to start wrapping it up.
Yeah, I know we was on Mortal Kombat.
We was on that joint for a long time.
We was on there for a minute. But
We're excited about it.
With that Mortal Kombat.
you know what? Mortal Kombat, you be killing folks. MLB The Show, you be killing home runs. And finally, for Xbox, we were going to be able to play a baseball game.
Yeah, everyone's happy.
That's not
Everybody clap.
not MLB 2K baseball from 2011.
Kind of hurt you, didn't it? Hit you where it needed.
It really did. That's the last baseball game I played, and I loved it. And I'm mad they lost the licensing to make it anymore, and it hurt me.
Oh, wait, that's the last one I played too. Holy crap.
Apparently in this one though, the show 21, you can build your own park with Stadium Creator.
Ooh.
Oh, we know where Racc will be at all day long.
I'm having fun.
I'm setting up my hot dog stand. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm hungry.
Should I put the pizza next to the chicken? I don't know. Let's put this over here next to the beer stand.
The stand don't work right. I gotta move it like a centimeter over.
Oh, you going real technical.
It said you can face off. It said you can face off against the kid in the 10th inning. Play part 2 of the World Series program. So that's some more stuff to do on updates. And you can get Mickey Player Program and new 6-star Fat Skin. So they out here, they ain't playing no games.
I'm excited for it to come out. I've been waiting to get my hands on a baseball game on Xbox.
Dude, that is awesome that you're able to read.
I like baseball games, but I'm not about to play. I'm not about to go buy a PlayStation just to play one baseball game. Sorry.
Just so you can get straight
waiting. I was just waiting until they came out with something for Xbox, and thank God the show said, okay, we'll put y'all on Xbox too. Like, we'll let y'all have some fun too.
All right. Here. Like y'all was nagging me.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a game. Leave me alone.
I'm saying.
We're not doing no patches.
Show. So make sure when y'all see that come out, make sure y'all get y'all pre-orders in.
Please. Telling you, man.
Out there, swing that bat. Get them
better swing.
Get them famous double plays. Go ahead and win that World Series.
Be the next Babe Ruth. Just point to the crowd and say, it's out of here. Say,
You know, do drugs too, but hey, let's make it.
wait a minute.
Let's make it matter.
Don't be Jose Canseco.
All right, guys. Let's wrap this up. That's enough. All right. This has been real. You can find me on you can find me on Twitter at Cash and Pie. You can find me on Instagram, the Marco_Cash. You can find me on Facebook at Shawn King. I'm losing it. Tone, your turn. I said all these names, man. Why? Why Barry Bonds?
Because I can't get that image of Family Guy when he was sitting there watching TV and she came and blew the candle out like the pumpkin head and the man went to sleep. I can't stop thinking about it. But anyways, hold on. Let me get my bearings together.
Whoa, Racc, why you get this on the
He's dying. You can find me on my socials, YouTube at Racc and at Twitter.com/Racc.
You can find me on Facebook at Anthony Oliver. And of course, y'all can find me on Twitter at Tom Corleone 450. And make sure y'all check out the network that we are on, 613 Faye Productions. Make sure you follow them on all social media platforms.
Also,
Instagram. Big shout out to Mike T. Make sure y'all follow him too. on all social media platforms. I'm not sure about Instagram, but I definitely know him on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure y'all check that out. And don't forget, 2 times a week, you got the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast.
Right.
With your main man, Marshall, Mr. Soul Simmons.
Mr. Soul, he got the soul.
And we got a little bit of a lineup change now. We got some new fighters in the arena over there.
Oh, snap.
You know, we still got, Jose Cuervo over there. Cuervo. We got a newcomer in the ring. Mad Max, be watching out for him. Listen to what he got to bring to the podcast.
That's a good man.
Very knowledgeable. And of course, you got the one and only Mr. Mike Hollywood T, making an appearance on the show now.
Hollywood.
And they might have a few special guests on the show every now and then. So just be listening out for that. And of course, we can't forget the sister podcast on the network as well. 613 Faye Productions.
Right.
The Facts Podcast.
Facts.
Every Friday at 8 a.m. Make sure y'all check them out. They very knowledgeable. Very hilarious. They get crazy real quick, but by the end of the show, you're going to learn a lot. You feel better about yourself. Please check them out. They have done no wrong yet. Every show they've had have been, great show, superb. I listen to it from start to end. So make sure y'all check them out. Oh yeah, and don't forget about every now and then, if you actually have your notifications on for the network, you can go ahead and get your little Go happy hour on with Mike T.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know I always say this, but cut a little rug. That's my favorite line. Cut a little rug. Cut a little rug. Cut a little rug. Go grab a bite to eat.
Oh, God.
You didn't have to bring that up, though. You didn't have to. You could have left that alone.
You could have left it out.
That needed to be edited.
Chips right quick,
I'm about to say, Russia should have came out here with his patented chips.
No, what?
Sign this out.
I should have came out with some chips. I should have.
I got more chips too.
Oh, also shout out to Rebel Blue. Shout out to anybody else want to shout out to anyone before we get out of here?
Yeah, I got a couple. Shout out to SSWI Game Nation. They were just in the Halo tournament not too long ago.
Was it a success?
Not the success that they were looking for, but they went out there, they showed it out, and the name is out there now. So shout out to SSWI Game Nation.
First of all, any success is good success.
Right.
That is true. Facts.
And want to give another shout out to Fire State Gaming and shout out to Mr. Dot over there. They over there doing big things. Make sure you look out for them. They got new merch out. And like you said, shout out to River Blue. River Blue got that merch out. Make sure y'all get y'all the merch shirts.
The online store right now is down. She's revamping it, making it new. She's making it new. So don't worry about it. I got you, all right? Got you.
I need that
She's
online
revamping
shirt.
Oh, it's gonna come back, all right? Relax. It's gonna come back.
Just let me know when they come back and I'm on contract. That's all I'm saying.
All right, man. I got you.
My God. All right, man.
On the Lord.
On Lord.
Bring his name here.
I need to change it. All right, people. This is real. Peace.
Thank y'all for coming spending time with us today. Stay tuned for the next one. We want to thank Rachel again for stopping through, for talking some Mortal Kombat with us.
Why was that so deep?
Deal with it.
Very low.
Right, well.
Leave that man alone. You can tease him later when y'all get the Xbox party.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all keep gaming.
Stay gaming.
Stay positive. We will holler at y'all next week.
Peace.
Deuces.
Yeah.